Morning, Robin here from leadgenius.co.za. It's a bit of a rainy morning here in Cape Town. I've just finished an incredible downwind paddle in some rather big surf, so spending time in my happy place in the ocean, and I'm just driving back about to dive into some traffic. So I thought I would take a moment to chat to you guys about something that I feel is incredibly powerful. Every person that you meet, whether it's in a sales environment or whether it's just in a personal environment that you're getting to know, is going through a process of determining if they like you or not. So those have been distilled into 7 steps. Now I wish I could say these were my 7 steps. They're not. These are kind of industry standard steps, but I really like them, so we've adopted them at Lead Genius. So the 7 steps that folks go through, the first phase is the know phase. The know phase means I need to know you exist. K-N-O, not know as in we turn you down. The know phase, I need to know you exist. The second phase is the like phase. Do I like you? And that's a fairly intangible phase. We don't know what makes that up because people are bringing their own preconceived ideas to it. Maybe you share a culture, a language, a sport, a community, things like this, but someone just determines, gut feel, that they like you or dislike you. That's the first 2 phases. The third phase is the trust phase. So that is the phase where people go, I'm going to make myself slightly vulnerable to you now. And in a commercial setting, that may be giving you my telephone number, or maybe my email address, or agreeing to a meeting, or something where I'm inviting you into my world. I'm trusting you enough to say, all right, you can take a step closer. So that's the trust phase. The next phase is the try phase, and for me this is the most powerful phase. The try phase in a commercial setting, when you're trying to do a transaction, is when your prospective customer gets to try out whatever it is that you're offering. They get to see whether what you say on the side of the tin is actually what's inside the tin. Alright, so in a software setting, that's easy. You might have a trial software or a light version of the software. Or you might say, let's have a meeting and let's chat and let's discuss a couple of things, and you get to try to see whether my coaching skills or my resources or my legal advice or whatever I'm offering is up to scratch. And typically there's no money changing hands there. That's a freebie. Alright, it's an investment in marketing. The next phase is the buy phase. Now, if you've done the try phase very well and that person has seen what you can offer and you've talking to the right person, they're going to have fallen in love with you already. So the buy phase becomes easy. It's just a matter of getting the money to change hands. So that means, making sure that transaction is seamless. You have an invoice ready, you've got a credit card machine going, you've got a quote they can sign off, whatever it is, something that's very easy, so you don't stall at that level. It's seamless, you can flow right through it. Alright, so we've got the know phase, the like phase, we've got the trust phase, try, and the buy phase. So we're 5 phases in now. Now in a marketing sense, those are the most powerful, but there are 2 more phases that are equally powerful and often forgotten. So that would be the repeat phase. So a repeat phase is, I've sold you something, I want you to come back and buy from me again, or buy something different from me, or buy an upsell, something more expensive, or maybe even a downsell, something less expensive, but a repeat purchase. So that's the repeat phase. All right, I love what you're doing, I'm coming back, I'm buying more, this is awesome. And then the final phase, which is potentially the most powerful phase, and almost in every case the most forgotten phase, is the referral phase. So that is, I love what you're doing, I want to tell the world. So in other words, you turn your customers into people who are going to go out and sell for you. You don't have to pay them a cent, and there's a structure around that. But those are the phases that we have: know, like, try, trust, buy, repeat, refer. And often what people will do is they'll want to try and jump from the know phase. Here's my advert, this is what I do, straight to the buy phase. And if you skip phases like that, you get a disconnect with your audience. You'll only pick up those people who happen to be highly motivated to buy at that time. And they probably researched you already before you met them. They've probably been on your website, heard you speak somewhere, whatever the case may be. So they've actually taken themselves through those phases. It's very, very seldom, if at all, that people will skip phases. They may go through them very, very quickly. And that sales cycle will vary depending on what you're selling. But if you're just introducing someone to yourself and who you are in your business, and you go straight for the sale, it's likely to fail. So rather try and get them to like you. Once they like you, try and get them to trust you. Once they trust you, try and get them to try you, and so on. And if you have that strategic step-by-step process, your ability to persuade people, inspire people, your ability to sell to people is going to go through the roof. So bear those in mind when you're writing adverts. Where are people in your sales cycle? What phase are they at when they're talking to you? And then gear your conversation, your materials, whatever it is, to that point. And the goal is simply to move them to the next one of those 7 stages, not always going for the buy. I hope that makes sense. It's hugely powerful for us. Know, like, try, trust, buy, repeat, refer. And that's one of the cornerstones of that we use at Lead Genius. Chat to you guys soon. Cheers.